Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of selling your gold, silver, and coins to a coin shop. There's many things that you, the customer, should do in order to best prepare yourself to get maximum dollars when you go to sell at a coin shop. I'm going to cover the things you should do and some things that you shouldn't in the video coming up, so be sure to tune in. One thing you definitely should not do is go to a pawn shop or a gold and silver for cash place, because typically those places, if you're selling gold or selling silver, they're going to pay you a mere percentage of the gold and silver value. They don't care if it's a collectible coin like this. They don't care if it's, a collectible gold piece like this. They're just going to pay you based on the metal weight, and they're going to pay you a fraction of the metal value. I've seen it happen far too many times. In my city, I've had a few different cash for gold places that have come and gone. We have several pawn shops, and I hear horror stories about what they actually pay people for their precious metals. I actually went into one of our pawn shops in Minot recently. Actually, it was about a year ago, not too recently, and asked them if they had any silver for sale. And they said, no, we don't. I said, well, what are you paying for silver? At that time, they told me for 1 ounce silver rounds, they were paying about 60% of melt. That's plain robbery. I mean, that's horrible, horrible, horrible. You bring it to a coin shop, you should expect at least melt or spot. Currently, I'm paying above spot for that type of stuff. So I would tell you, number one would be, don't go to a pawn shop or a gold and silver for cash type place. But what you should do is find a reputable coin dealer. Now, reputable coin dealer, hopefully you have one in your area, but I would check Google reviews. I would talk to friends and family who've maybe had experience with a coin dealer in your area, because not all coin dealers are the same, just like not all car dealership owners are the same, or all restaurants are the same. I mean, we're all going to have different ways that we assess value and pay for items that come in our shops. So it pays for you to find a reputable one that has a good track history of paying people fairly. That is probably the most important thing you should do if you're looking to maximize your dollars when you sell your collection. So don't go to a pawn shop or gold and silver for cash place, because you're going to get much, much less than the value of your stuff, but instead do find a reputable coin dealer. One thing I find a lot in the shop, I get collections and estates that come in quite often, maybe not every day, but probably every day. I bet you I buy stuff every day of the week. Sometimes it's from 8 or 10 people, sometimes it's just a few. But I have this happen a lot. People come in with a box of stuff that they inherited, or they were given, or they bought an abandoned house and found it in the attic. Whatever the story is, they'll come in and tell me flat out, oh, I don't know about any of this stuff. I have no idea what it's worth. Don't do that. That is a big, big don't if you're trying to sell your gold and silver and coins and paper money to a coin shop. Most dealers are honest, good people, and will not take advantage of those that make those statements. But there are some dealers out there that will exploit it and will take advantage of you because you don't know what you have. And that's why it goes back to the number one, or the first do that I talked about. That's find a reputable dealer. Instead of coming in and saying you have no idea what it's worth, you, the customer or the seller, should take some time, invest in your education, and do your best to learn what you have. Now, this is tricky. It's like anything. If, I couldn't go into a doctor's office and pretend to prescribe patients medicine because I know nothing about that. Just like you might have difficulty understanding what your, 1908 St. Gaudens $20 gold piece is worth. You could do a Google search on this coin, and some of the top results will probably be this same year coin, but probably super, super high grade, maybe like an MS-67 or an MS-68. And it might show that it's sold at Stacks and Bowers auction galleries for $50,000. Well, that doesn't mean that this coin you have right here is worth $50,000. It just means one from that particular year in much better condition sold for super high dollar amounts, because it might be the best one known. So it is a bit of a tricky situation, but you really do need to invest in your education and do your best to learn what you have. And the first search result on Google typically is not an indication of what your coin is worth. So that was the second don't. Don't come in and say you don't know about what you have, but do invest in your education and do your best to educate yourself and learn the true value. The next one would be, and this is kind of an obvious one to me, but not to most, don't bring in jars full of coins, buckets full of coins, toolboxes full of coins, pickle jars full of coins. I've had milk cartons full of coins. I've had plastic milk jugs full of coins that have come in the shop. I mean, if that's how you inherited them or that's how you stored them, fine. But truly, if you want to maximize your dollars when you go to a coin shop, you want to do your best to be organized and help expedite the process for the coin dealer that's taking their time to go through your stuff, because their time is very valuable. So you as the seller need to do your best to try not to, for lack of a better word, waste their time by having them have to sort all of your stuff and cut open boxes and empty containers. So the work that the customer can do ahead of time, and this would be the do, is try to organize at least by type. You know, you could take all of your Franklin half dollars and put them together, put them in a Ziploc bag. You know, you could separate out all your foreign coins, put them together. Maybe separate the gold, separate the silver, separate the certified coins. That would at least save the dealer some time. What I see so frequently in my shop is people will come in these instances with jars, boxes, toolboxes, just filled with coins that are not sorted in any way. That takes valuable time for the coin dealer to go through and sort those things. And time is money truly in the coin shop. And oftentimes, at least in my shop, I have somebody come in with a collection and I'm the only one here. I'm the only worker here. So if I'm taking time to go through someone's collection, I want to do it as quickly as possible because I typically have customers that are waiting on me to buy products as well. So anything you can do to help expedite the process is a great help to the coin dealer. So do your best to try to organize at least by type. The next big don't is don't clean your coins. I get customers that ask all the time, what's the best way to clean my coins? My answer always is, don't clean the coins themselves. But do, before you come in, clean off any dust or dirt from your boxes or your coin pages or your folders or whatever that your stuff is housed in. Because us coin dealers don't really want to handle your dirty stuff. A lot of times I'll go through a coin collection. Let's be honest, even new coins are going to make your hands dirty when you touch them. But anything the customer can do to clean, not the coins, but at least the stuff that it's coming in, will help make the process a little easier. There's so many times I'll go through collections, and when I'm done, my hands are so filthy. It looks like I dug a tunnel in a coal mine by hand. They're so dark. We don't like to have to deal with that mess, so if you can fix that by cleaning your packaging, your boxes, and getting it organized ahead of time, that'll pay off for you in the end. The next big don't, when you bring your things into a coin shop to sell, is do not have unrealistic expectations. As I said earlier on, the first Google search for your coin typically does not mean that's the value of your own coin. And as I caution people as well too, don't expect to get retail when you're selling it to a coin shop. Obviously we have expenses. We want to keep the lights on. We want to keep the doors open for our customers. So we have to buy them at wholesale cost in order to turn them for a slight profit on the retail level. So please do not have unrealistic expectations on what you have. Be realistic and be understanding that dealers have to make something on it as well. So don't have unrealistic expectations, but do try to access a range of value for what you have before coming into the shop. And that harkens back to an earlier point that I made. Invest in your education. Try to truly study and learn and understand what you have, and that'll help you maximize what you get. Another don't would be, don't be in a rush to sell it all, unless you truly have to. Sometimes we get in situations where we need cash. We all have expenses, unexpected expenses that pop up in our life. But if you can avoid it, don't be in a rush to sell. Instead, do study the market and wait for price to go up. especially if you have silver coins or gold coins. You're not going to want to sell when the price is low unless you have to. So it's really important that you're not in such a rush. You understand the metals markets, and if you can time it on an upswing, you'll benefit in the end. And my final don't is don't always sell to the first person or dealer you bring it to. I'm sure many of us don't have multiple coin shops in our city. Many of us probably don't even have coin shops at all. But it does pay to get second opinions. So if you can get multiple offers if possible, you definitely should do that. Don't always sell to the first one. So to recap, in order to maximize the amount of money you will get when selling your coins and precious metals to a coin dealer, it's imperative that you try to do the following. Most importantly, find a reputable dealer. Check reviews, talk with friends and family. Invest in your education and learn what you have. Do your best to have it organized, at least by type. Be sure that what you are bringing in is free from dust, dirt, mold. Not the coins though, don't clean the coins. Try to assess a range of value of what you have before you come into the shop, so you have realistic expectations of what you might get paid. Study the markets and wait for the price to go up, especially if you're selling gold and silver. And lastly, if possible, get multiple offers. If you do all these things, I'm sure you'll have a great experience selling your coin collection and precious metal. I know we all, as dealers, appreciate when the customers come in organized and educated because it makes the process so much smoother. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out. I appreciate you all for tuning in today. If you didn't see my last video about spot price getting hammered, that is actually my best performing video to date. I'm thrilled to announce it crossed over 25,000 views just a few days ago, which is mind-boggling to me, especially since I don't even have 5,000 subscribers. So thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. If you haven't hit that like button yet, please feel free to give this a like. And we appreciate subscribers as well. As I said before, many times, any likes, subscribes, or comments truly do help our video and our channel. It helps get our video into the rotation more on the YouTube algorithm. It makes it recommended for more people so we can get our education out to more people. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. I appreciate everyone's support. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We plan to put out educational videos every couple of weeks. We're going to have a series. It'll probably be who knows how many. Might have as many as 50 videos by the time I'm done on education. Soon we're going to put it out on our community tab and ask the viewers what educational video they want to see next. So make sure you watch for that and vote, and the people will decide, just like they did for this one. But thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate everyone's support. Have a great day.